me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine.
This episode of Greenlight Maine is being brought to you by Maine Works, employing people in recovery and reentry.
Good morning, I'm your host Julene Gervais, and welcome to Greenlight Maine, the business competition where 26 Maine-based businesses compete and present their companies in an attempt to win the $100,000 grand prize. Every week, 2 contestants pitch their ideas in hopes of moving on to the next round. But even though there can only be one cash winner, everyone benefits from the encouraging feedback from our judges and the chance to showcase their brilliant companies to you. Now, let's meet today's panel. I'd like to welcome Margot Walsh.
Hi, Julene. Thank you for having me. My company is Maine Works. We are an employment company for people in transition from substance use disorder and reentry from jail and prison. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Peter Bass. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I'm very excited to be here. I started a couple of ongoing businesses in Portland. One was Buck Dancer's Choice Music Company, and that started in 1976, still going strong. And I also started Peloton Labs, which is one of Portland's first co-working spaces. Then I got into serious serial entrepreneurship with real estate development, where every project is new and we start from scratch.
Nice. And finally, welcome back, Cintia Miranda.
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it. So I am the president and founder of Pulse Marketing Agency in Bangor, and I am also a faculty member at the Maine Business School.
Perfect. We're going to talk to you all in just a few minutes, but first I would like to introduce you to today's first pitch. It is Transcapsule, and welcome Tobey, Tozier. Tell me, how did you learn about Greenlight Maine?
So I'm mentoring through the SCORE program in Portland, and my mentors Larry Eitel and Ali Mounier suggested that I apply, and it seemed like a great opportunity.
Perfect. Well, welcome again, and whenever you're ready, just talk to the judges and have fun.
Hi, I'm Tobey Tozier, founder of Transcapsule, the first and only app for the transgender community to document their transition and track the effects of hormone replacement therapy over time. I came out as transgender in 2014 and started medically transitioning from female to male. Unfortunately, the amount of research done on the effects of hormone therapy is limited, and all I had to go by was a brief spreadsheet that outlined what to expect. I had to discover that everyone's body, transgender or not, processes hormones differently, and I couldn't benchmark myself against others who had gone through it. So that's when I discovered that there isn't currently a way to document transitions easily. I surveyed 125 transgender people and found that 97% are currently tracking or plan to track their transition progress. 88% reported difficulty with how they're currently tracking progress, and 67% are willing to pay for an app that they can use to document. Once developed, Transcapsule will offer a platform where the trans community can document all aspects of their transition in a way that's private and secure. Users will be able to upload photos, videos, as well as record audio, body measurements, track mood changes, and write journal entries. And features will also include being able to set milestone countdowns, compare before and after photos, and set friendly reminders to take HRT. According to a survey performed by the Williams Institute in 2016, there are 1.4 million adults in the United States who identify as transgender. If I can get just 2% of trans adults in the US alone to sign up for a subscription of $5 per month for 1 year, this would bring in just over $1.5 million in revenue. As a graphic designer with a dual degree in art and business, I've already designed the layout for the app and developed a website to collect surveys and email addresses. And to protect what's been done so far, I've also pre-registered a copyright for the app and submitted a trademark for the logo. The transgender community is actively being targeted by our country's politicians. As a trans entrepreneur from Maine, it's my goal to ensure that Maine is seen as a safe place where people who are trans can work and thrive. With the funds from Greenlight Maine, I would be able to develop the app and launch an ambitious marketing campaign to reach as many trans people as possible. Thank you.
Nice job, and definitely fulfilling a need, so for a great cause.
Congratulations. And you're a pioneer in this space. It's amazing. So I wish you really well. This is really exciting. And all I could think of when you were presenting was the conflict and trauma that young people who are facing this possibility are going through alone, and how this is incredibly important at this time. And my question to you is, how have you considered bringing this idea to the younger population as students are coming into this realization in their earlier lives? Do you have any market ideas for that?
Yeah, so social media will play a huge role in reaching that market. But also the $5 per month subscription would be for unlimited cloud storage. But for the younger population who might not have a job or access to the financial means to pay for the app, it will be free with limited storage.
Peter.
Could you clarify for me if this is more of a personal app, as in a diary with personal goals, or is it more to be shared with the community? Mm-hmm. And is it to be shared with a broader medical community, so that not only could its participants get the benefit of it, but also a broader community, medical community that could help transitioning?
So phase one of the app will be more of a journaling aspect, where users can essentially create a time capsule to record their transition, but a later phase of the app is to hopefully share that sort of data with the medical community and help give more data for people who are transitioning to know what to expect.
Cintia.
Great. So social media, with regards to social media, have you started any campaigns yet? At what level of your marketing plan are you at this point?
So I've launched on social media and done some initial ads to collect surveys and provide that data that I had shared with you. But I will be launching a Kickstarter in a handful of weeks, and that will hopefully help to jumpstart that marketing plan.
Excellent.
Nice job. Great questions by our judges. We have to take a quick break, but don't go away. There's more Greenlight Maine coming up.
Greenlight Maine would like to thank the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development, the Maine DECD, helping businesses and communities prosper.
Sometimes, even when you widen your view of things, it's hard to see everything that's happening behind the scenes. It's our feeling you're not always supposed to. Because when we do our part, the only thing we want you thinking about is doing yours. We're WEX, the people behind the payments, powering the possibilities.
WEX is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google Ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
For more information about the presenters and panelists on all the Greenlight Maine shows, visit greenlightmaine.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our Sunday morning conversation is with Maine Works, and I'd like to welcome back Margot. Tell our viewers at home, if they don't know already, what is Maine Works?
So Maine Works is a staffing company that only employs people in recovery from substance use disorder and reentry from jail and prison. So we are a normal staffing company, and we provide workers to the construction industry in Maine and large landscaping companies for the most part. Those are our two primary services that we provide.
A great cause.
Thank
and
you.
You are the only one like it in Maine?
So when I started this company, I set out to only hire convicted felons because I was really fed up hearing that felons could not apply, or they were being that you check a box and that eliminates you as a candidate for anything. So we are the only company in the state that only hires convicted felons, and upon further research, we are the first in the country and arguably the first in the world.
Perfect. I love it.
Thank you.
And we're going to watch a video right now about Maine Works. Have a look.
The first time I ever used drugs, I was about 12 years old.
I went to detox 12 to 16 times before I was actually willing to accept help.
The heroin addiction is ravaging a whole generation. Who's known anybody who's died of an overdose? Hold your hands up if you've known 5 people who've died of a heroin overdose. So, I don't even know if you guys can name 5 people who've died of cancer. Maine Recovery Fund is here to answer the question, now what? Now that I'm in recovery, how do I re-engage with society? We're here to help people get back to work and back to living a purposeful life.
You know, everybody's at a different point in their recovery. So we have guys that have been here that are sober for 2 years. There's guys that have been here sober for 2 minutes.
Work is important to all of us, feeling productive, feeling useful, feeling like you have a purpose. The Maine Recovery Fund provides the basics in the beginning. You get boots, you get jackets, you get you know, food, water. It's the basic stuff that when you're in early recovery you can't deal with. You can't think about the fact that I need $400 to get my license back in order to get this better job or whatever.
So if you give somebody like maybe that little glimmer that like things can get better for themselves, you know, hopefully they run with it, you know? That's what it means to me. Maine Recovery Fund is here to provide people with whatever they need to be successful. Whether it's access to healthcare, sober living, transportation, boots, coats, you name it. And the need is endless.
That was awesome. I love it.
Thank you. That's really important to me. The fact that from a company that was trying to help people, we were able to establish a nonprofit that would actually further help people. And
the Maine Recovery Fund.
Maine Recovery Fund. And I would like to thank VIA, the VIA agency in Portland, for putting this beautiful video together. And actually, they said there was enough content that they would actually like to develop a feature-length documentary about the work that we do at MaineWorks.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning. Come back and see us again.
Thank you so much.
Sure. And we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to hear our second pitch, so don't go away.
For almost 25 years, MaineBiz has been providing business news, information, and analysis for business owners and C-level executives in Maine. From Fort Kent to Kittery, MaineBiz serves the decision makers of Maine across multiple channels, including its flagship print digital publication, website, events, daily report, real estate insider, and weekly newsletter. Let MaineBiz help your business succeed. Inform, engage, connect.
At Bangor Savings Bank, we know the value of making genuine connections with our customers, providing a memorable experience with every interaction. We are committed to doing the right thing and working as a partner with the people and communities we serve. With convenient mobile and online banking technology, we offer more ways for you to reach out to us. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
To find more resources on how to start and grow your business, visit greenlightmaine.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our second pitch is Nibble with Lesley, Clunie, and Truc, Huynh. So you have the background in nonprofits. Tell us about that.
I do. So I worked for United Way of Greater Portland for many years, and that's part of what kind of gave me the direction and excitement about Nibble.
Perfect. And you have been busy with Portland High School. Tell us about that.
Yes, I helped Portland Public Schools relaunch their image, and they selected a few alums to basically showcase some of the career paths that we took.
Nice. Well, good for you guys. Welcome to Greenlight Maine. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Great. Judges, thank you so much for having us here today. My name is Truc, Huynh. This is Lesley, Clunie. Together, we co-founded Nibble, a community fundraising app that helps restaurants and nonprofits increase their revenue.
I was first excited about Nibble because of my nonprofit background. I graduated from Stonehill College and worked at United Way of Greater Portland for many years, and have a good understanding of some of the challenges that our nonprofit community faces year over year. I truly believe that Nibble can be part of the solution.
My background is I grew up in Portland, Maine. I graduated from Bowdoin College, and I currently work for Unum. My family and I were immigrants from Vietnam. We came here in 1989. It was through the kindness of others that we were able to establish ourselves here in Maine and call it our new home. We also started our first successful Vietnamese restaurant in Westbrook. It's through this experience that I created Nibble, because I strongly believe that when businesses thrive, communities are that much stronger.
Now, the problem that restaurants face is that they need to fill seats, especially on slow nights. They also have almost daily asks from fundraisers and nonprofits within our community. The problem that nonprofits face is that they have been using the same fundraising methods for decades. These are often outdated and they come with little to no return.
How Nibble works is very simple. Every time a customer, or a nibbler as we call them, dines out at a participating Nibble restaurant, that restaurant in turn sets a predetermined percentage, and that percentage gets donated back to the nibbler's charity of choice. It's a win-win for everyone. Judges, imagine if the three of you went to dine out after this show in Bangor, Maine. You pull up the Nibble app, it recommends a Nibble partner restaurant, you dine out, you have great food, and you have fun with friends, and at the end of the night, 10% of that gets donated back to your charity of choice. What a great way to support a local restaurant, a local nonprofit, and add to the Maine economy at the same time.
The Nibble solution is easy. For restaurants, it helps them fill seats and streamlines their fundraising asks. And for nonprofits, it helps them achieve their fundraising goals for a fraction of the marketing costs that they're spending today. We thank you for your time and consideration.
Come nibble with us.
I love it. So tell us, what would you do with the cash prize?
We would dump most of it into technology, realizing that we're a technology company. We want to make sure the customer experience is flawless, both from the front end and also the back end.
Nice. Okay, Margo.
What other apps exist in the market that provide something similar to this?
Yeah, the closest competitor is Amazon Smile, but that's more of a giant retailer. It doesn't connect end-to-end like Nibble does. We connect restaurants with customers, nibblers as we call them, and also nonprofits. So Amazon Smile is one example. You also have Grubhub, for example, Groupon, Living Social. The problem with those apps is that the marketing cost for restaurants is extremely high. When you roll out one of those campaigns, it's literally at least a 60% marketing cost for those campaigns that the restaurants roll out. Nibble is doing the same thing. We're helping drive traffic to the restaurant, but we let the restaurant set the percentage. And by the way, that percentage goes back to charity. So that helps the local charities.
Peter.
Who is your end user? Is it the restaurant or is it the nibbler? And who do you really have to sell this app to?
There's really three parts to Nibble. One is the nonprofits, two, the restaurants, and three, the customer or the nibbler. I would say all three of them are our customers. I feel that nonprofits, it's a no-brainer for them to use our app. Our app is basically fundraising of the future. The current methods that they're using, emails, snail mail, I even saw a clipboard around Uno's when the coach was fundraising for Scarborough High School and tracking down donors.
Cintia.
So what is the cost for each one of your target audiences? So what's the percentage that's
we need a quick answer
cost?
here.
Nibble charges a small administrative fee for using our app to the nonprofit.
All right, great answers, great questions. We need to take a quick break, but don't go away. There's more Greenlight Maine. We'll be right back.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture, handmade American furniture since 1972.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google Ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
In 1972, Tom Moser committed his life's work to craft, and 4 decades later employs 70 fine craftsmen and women in our shop in Auburn, Maine. With showrooms and customers from coast to coast and numerous awards and accolades, Tom has firmly established himself as an entrepreneurial tour de force and has proven that a life doing what you love is indeed possible.
This year's winner of Greenlight Maine will win this handmade Thomas Moser beacon box and $100,000.
Sometimes, even when you widen your view of things, it's hard to see everything that's happening behind the scenes. It's our feeling you're not always supposed to. Because when we do our part, the only thing we want you thinking about is doing yours. We're WEX, the people behind the payments, powering the possibilities.
WEX is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine. Broadcast facilities are provided by Husson University's NESCOM, the New England School of Communications.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. This is the point in the show where our judges get to weigh in on the pitches. Let's kick this off with Cintia and start with Transcapsule since Tobey pitched first.
I was very impressed by Tobey. He really has a very innovative idea. It's something that I've never heard of, and I think there is a need in the market. I think my only concern is how he plans to generate new jobs for the state of Maine, and if he has plans to stay over here. So I don't know what you thought about that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Peter.
Well, I like both of these pitches.
Very good.
But they're very different. And I find Tobey's to be very personal, sort of inward, very important for the people that use it. It's groundbreaking, and I'm going to steal a little bit of your thunder, because I know you love that pitch. But I also think that maybe the other pitch, Nibble, has a broader appeal and like a bigger footprint, and maybe could scale up and grow bigger, help more people in the end. I'm not putting a judgment on whether one is better than the other.
You can't compare because they both have a great message.
Maybe
for sure.
that's, yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a really tough
I'm challenged on this.
Go ahead, Margot.
So I'm also challenged, and I feel that with Tobey's presentation, it's the cathartic breakthrough for a societal opportunity, which we don't come across very often, and I think this is a unique time and place for that. My own company suffered. I didn't win something because someone was way more current in their outcome, and I gave them all the credit that they deserve for being such a, really breaking through to some sort of accepted social norm. So I'm commending his courage and the impact of that particular app as life-changing for many, many people that qualify. So I understand, but it is percentage-wise a smaller group of people than the impact that you mentioned about how Nibble could affect philanthropy. But I also find that the Nibble outcome, which I really respect what they're doing, is going to be somewhat difficult, assuming that everyone is philanthropic at the restaurants. Where there's a lot of money, you would expect there would be philanthropy, but that is not necessarily the case.
Well, and I think things are shifting, as they told us during the commercial break, that millennials aged 21 to 35 are donating more often and online. So this is already happening in restaurants. It's just going to happen in this way through the app. So this is part of a movement too. But let's fast forward to 5 years from now. Where do you see them, or where would you like to see them?
Well, I would like to see them both thriving because they are both amazing ideas, and I was very impressed by both of them. I would like to see them with a strong footprint, not only in Maine, but nationwide, because I think both companies have that potential. And my only concern right now is that I don't know if they have a plan that goes as far as the end of the year for marketing purposes. And when I think of Nibble, for instance, a great idea, it's a great app, but I was a little bit confused by their marketing approach for their 3 target audiences. Yeah.
This is social entrepreneurship. And it's harder to judge the social value in dollars and cents in employees. If I were to look ahead and think who has the potential to be successful at their goals, I think it might be Transcapsule. It's a smaller goal, it's a tighter community, there's a real need there. I think it's a little bit more difficult for Nibble to make all of those pieces fit together. So they have more of a challenge. So I would expect Transcapsule in 5 years to have reached more goals than Nibble.
And Margot.
I agree with both of you, and thank you for participating. And it's been a pleasure working on this panel with you, because it is challenging, and both of these present what my particular wheelhouse happens to be social entrepreneurship, and I see that in both of these organizations.
We gotta take a break, but that was some great discussion, and it is a really tough choice because they're both part of a great cause. Yeah. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
To find more resources on how to start and grow your business, visit greenlightmaine.com.
We're very proud of the product we make and the way that we make it. The most important features of our original dog vest are in its design. Traditional lenders, they steer away from unproven track records.
In you come. Hold up.
CEI gave us the opportunity to build a track record, show that our future path will be more solid than our past.
At Emera Maine, we know customers rely on us to power their homes and businesses. That's why we're continually working to improve reliability of service and meet our customers' changing needs. Emera Maine wants to help local businesses grow and attract new businesses to northern and eastern Maine. We are deeply invested in our communities because these are our communities too. Emera Maine, bringing power to the people of Maine.
For more information about the presenters and panelists on all the Greenlight Maine shows, visit greenlightmaine.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our judges had a tough task in the world of social entrepreneurship today. Unfortunately, only one can move on. Judges, who's it going to be? Today's winner is Transcapsule. Congratulations to Tobey. He is moving on in the competition. That's all the time that we have for today. We appreciate your feedback, so please check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can see all of our episodes on greenlightmaine.com. We'll see you right back here next week after Meet the Press. Have a fantastic Sunday. Congratulations. Nice job. Yeah.
Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by MaineWorks, employing people in recovery and reentry. Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Greenlight Maine has been a paid-for presentation by the Portland Media Group.